Big bags busting out the Bentley band, Sega man, Balenciaga, party back and all you know how I give it up. Hey team, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm gonna tell you the story about the time that I got kicked out of the National Museum, the National Museum of African American History and Culture. How do you do that? What is it that you have to do in order to get kicked out? And I'm gonna tell you that today. If you work here, I just want you to know that I was a dumb kid. All right, this was 3 years ago and I had different friends. I was a different person, okay? And you know, please let me back in your institution. This story starts with the opening of the museum. The museum was opened for about 3 months before I eventually went there. And the way that I got there is because at the school that I was going to back in high school, I'm old. Did I really just say back in high school? Museum was giving out free tickets because they wanted more people to kind of just see it since it was new. And they gave my school a whole bunch of free tickets. They made an announcement. They're like, hey, you can go on the trip if you sign a permission slip, but it's a first come, first serve basis. So if you're not quick, you're not getting a spot. And I was like, absolutely, that sounds like fun. Number one, because I don't have to do schoolwork, but also because it seems like it's a really cool museum and I've been wanting to see it since it opened because I heard really good stuff about it. I told my mom, I was like, hey, you know, can I go to this museum? She was like, absolutely. I feel like that would be really great for you. If only she knew. If only she knew. She signed a permission slip, I take it to the office, and I'm in there. And basically the bus system is kind of like every other field trip where you kind of just have to have the kids get on the bus, and then the bus that you're on is the bus that you're assigned to so that they can count heads when you come back. I tried to do the thing where I like kind of wait around for my friends so we can all sit on the same bus and like go there and come back together, but you know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. We get there, we get to the museum, and you know, everyone's like, as long as you stay with somebody, stay with a group, you know, and make sure you come back when it's time to go. I forget what the time was, close to like the end of the school day when we would come back. And so mind you, this is a pretty big museum. I mean, at least for me, there's a lot of stuff to see. And I think it became bigger because there wasn't a lot of time. So I went in this museum on a mission. I had already looked up the map like the night before and stuff because I knew I was gonna be on a limited set of time. And I didn't really wanna miss out on an exhibit I really wanted to see. We're there, I grew up with my friends and you know, like everything's great. Every exhibit that I wanted to go to, my friends wanted to go everywhere else. That don't even hurt, cause it's like, whatever. I was pretty upset, I'm not gonna lie. Like, they wanted to go everywhere that I didn't want to go. It got to the point where sometimes I would venture away when they were at one exhibit for a long time so I could see what I wanted to see. I just had to be stealthy enough and quick enough to just go back to them whenever they were about to leave. It gets to the point where people start getting hungry and we're like, you know what, let's just go down to the cafeteria and let's get some food. Here's where things go south. We go in line and everything's everything, right? I get like a burger. It was like how do you, I don't know. Just know that it was a really big burger and it was also really good. Shout out to y'all. But anyways, I get my burger and I sit down with my friends. We're all like just talking, having a good old time. And then one of my friends had lagged behind in line because she wanted to get seconds. So we're all sitting here and we're just talking, and then she walks over and she sits down. She doesn't say anything. She just has the most mischievous grin I have ever seen. Oh gee. You like, okay? What is all that? And the smile doesn't go away. She's just like smiling, she's just grinning, like, and we're all talking and I'm just kind of looking at her like, okay. One of my friends can't take it anymore and he says, bro, why are you smiling like that? I'm gonna call her Eve. So Eve, she's like, all right guys, I did a thing and you can't tell anybody. Did you kick a baby? That's the most alarming thing ever. Like this anxiety inducing sentence. What did you do? And she pulls out this tall of like a bottle of alcohol. Now here's the thing, right? Nikiyah in this time period knows nothing about alcohol. Nikiyah in this time period knows nothing about alcohol. I just knew alcohol equals bad. I'm just already in attack mode. Like, why would you buy that? We're on a school trip. Are you crazy? Like, why are you doing that? Everyone else was just way too chill about it. They were just like, oh wow, you bought alcohol? Crazy. I was just like, bro, how did you get that? She was like, I just said I wanted it and the lady gave it to me and I bought it and it was nothing. And so now we were in a dilemma. On one hand, you could just keep it in your pocket and drink it when you get home, but then you could get caught with it on your person by a teacher. Or just drink it all, throw the bottle away, no harm, no foul. And this is what everyone basically told her to do. I don't know why we didn't think to throw it away or for her to just like return it. Like in retrospect, those were probably the best options she had, but you know, whatever. So Eve decides that she's going to drink it as advised by other people in the friend group. And so she buys a whole bunch of orange juice to be able to drink it because it tasted terrible apparently. She was all like, this is disgusting. This is disgusting. She just downs a whole bunch of orange juice and downs the rest of the drink. We laugh at her, of course, because she looks funny, cracking some jokes or whatever, and everything was fine. We leave the cafeteria. I don't remember if this floor is still like this because, again, this was like 3.5 years ago. You go inside and there's a bunch of exhibits, like you can touch the screen and it'll give you history and stuff like that. And then there's a place where they do a whole bunch of step. It's kind of like your Dance Dance Revolution, but like step. It's not even remotely the same. Why did I even say that? We go in there and, you know, we basically just keep looking at the exhibits and stuff. We just pretend that it didn't happen. Like, we don't even talk about it. At one point, I started to notice that Eve was acting a bit peculiar. She was a little bit more animated than she was. And then there was one point where we were all like standing around watching this one little baby. They were like doing the step thing. And we were all like, oh my God, that's so cute. Like, look at the child or whatever. But then she walks up to the child and she like leans down to their face and she's like, you're so cute. You can't like, that's weird. You're like, basically her parents walk over and basically scoot the baby. I kid you not, it was literally like that SpongeBob meme where like she's like pulling her kids away. It was really like that. We tell Eve, we're like, you can't just walk up to people's babies. What is wrong with you? She's basically like, I don't care, ma ma ma. She starts kind of slurring over her words a little bit. And we're like, oh no, this is an issue. Like, we didn't realize that this would be the outcome. She starts to like try to run away from us, but like we basically grab her and stuff and we're like, whoa, calm down. Like, what, Miss Girl, what are you doing right now? She's all like cheesing and grinning and stuff and she's like, you know, confused and it's a whole thing. So we're worried about Eve and we're sitting here like, bro, an administrator like cannot see her like this. Like, we have to watch her now. We have to look out for her, make sure that she doesn't get in trouble, you feel me? I don't know how to reverse the effects of this. My friend is like, hey yo, I know that, okay, I have to think of the name here. I call him Damien. She's like, I know that Damien, he drinks a lot, so he'll be able to like understand what's going on. And we're like, all right, cool. Sounds great. Damien and his friend, they come up and they like see her and she's just completely like out of the loop, just gone. And we're basically trying to like keep her down. So Damien had a muffin that he bought from the cafeteria. And so he's basically like, here, just like eat some of this and you'll start to like feel better later on or whatever. Finally takes the muffin from Damien and throws it over the balcony. I kid you not, I'm like, oh my God. I'm 100% sure that that hit somebody down below. Bro, you did not just throw this man's muffin. We're talking, we're basically trying to devise a plan because we still want to see like exhibits and stuff. She down horrendous. She down to the earth's core. As we're talking, this girl gets up and runs away. Runs. I mean, like the craziest burners you've ever seen in your life. Like she was Sonic the Hedgehog, just out of there, just gone. Like, how is it that you were slurring over your speech, but now you have super speed? Like, what? I think also just the fact that like we were all just taken off guard so much by how she just literally dipped on us. It's like, did she just, we have to go get her. We're running and we're trying to get this girl, right? Like Eve is running, she is going crazy. She runs downstairs, which is literally the worst place she could be because 100% certainty there will be an administrator down there. That's the last thing that we want right now. We're running down and she runs down the steps and then like, you know, people, she's like bumping into people and stuff trying to get through and we're all like, oh, excuse me. And we're just like, Eve, come back. Like, girl, what are you doing? I almost get to her, but then I hear a man's voice bellow,
y'all doing too much.
Who is that? Who just said that? I look behind me. I just see this really big, burly security guard.
Look like a fridge with jewelry on. I'm calling the movers.
He is gigantic. He's basically like, it's time to go. Time to what? Time to what? I turn around, I'm about to walk away from this man. I'm not getting kicked out of here. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Do you know how that phone call is gonna go with my mom? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So I turn around, he's like, don't try to run away. Don't try to run away. But I keep walking. I act like I don't hear him. Then my friends were in the way. They turn around, they're just like, bro, let it go. We're caught. I'm like, y'all caught by yourself. Like, I still try to get past them, but they're it's no point at this point. Like, I've been seen. There's no way I'm gonna just be able to, whatever. At this point, it's over. There's nothing I can do. I tried to preserve myself, but it didn't really work. I do the turn of shame and I turn back to security guard and he's like, come on, let's go, let's go. So we go back through the metal detector and we like have to put our stuff on the side and everything. We all just get single filed, kicked out of this place. Mind you, we're the only people outside. And I don't know if you've ever been to this museum. The walls are windows and like you can see directly out there. So I'm just paranoid. I'm nervous at this point because I'm like, what if they bring out a teacher, a staff member to be like, y'all getting blah, 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 blah. Because you know infractions during field trips when you're out representing the school are gonna be even worse. We're all in our uniforms and we're all sitting outside and we're supposed to be inside the museum, especially if the security guard decides to tell someone like, oh yeah, they were doing blah, 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 then it's obviously gonna be an issue. I'm still in save myself mode, so I'm trying to think of like a way to escape the situation. This is my first year out here. Like, I don't have it in me to just be in trouble. Like, going to the, like, if some police are called or something, like, I don't know what's about to happen. And he's not letting us back in. Like, we're out here. We're screwed. There's nothing we can do. Like, we can't hide behind anything because we have to go back to the bus. We're just stuck out here. And she's just like laughing and stuff and talking or whatever. And we're all like some of them are cracking jokes and then some of them are like really upset with her because of us being out here. If I hide over here and then a teacher comes out, addresses all of them, gets all their names and stuff, and then I come out, everyone's already leaving, mesh with the crowd, maybe I'll be safe. And so then an administrator comes outside, my heart sinks. No, this can't be happening. And he looks really calm, like way too calm. And it makes me even more nervous. So he's like, what are you guys out here for? None. we just out here sitting, soaking in the sunlight. We needed some fresh air. Just lying. We flat out lied and just said we were just sitting. And the thing is, the security guard didn't say anything. Big ups to him, I guess. We finally get on the bus and then we pretend it never happened. Back then I was terrified. I was like, I'm going to prison. My mom's going to choke slam me underwater. But I'm actually fine. And then I went to the museum since that moment. I saw even the same security guard. He ain't say nothing. For all I know, he might not even work there anymore. It's been years, like it's been forever. That's how I managed to get kicked out of the National Museum of African American History and Culture. If you want more stories, I have a lot of them. As I said before, and I'll tell you more. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a really good day today. Don't drink alcohol on school trips. Okay, that's it. Bye.